Saturday, 6 o'clock a.m., I just wake up from my bed, and I am still alone, my husband is not here, and just see my bottle of wine and my empty cigarettes box. I just checked my phone and saw a text message from my boss.
Hello, Mentis. I was waiting for Jack, but he never came. Do you know what happened with him?
In one moment my mind was coming into a panic sense, so I had to call my boss. However, he did not know anything else, just that he got something important and they will meet in downtown, but Jack never came. I was trying to call Jack but his phone was down. Later I went for the rest of my home asking if he was there, or maybe he was sleeping in the living room, but he was not there. The garage was empty, and any sign of him. Oh my God, where is my husband? I was trying to go out to look at him but I just fell in the ground. I was still drunk and my body cannot do anything else, and just could to get to the sofa with my phone, the only thing to keep me in contact with outside, and my eyes started to closing slowly until get lost my dreams. Couple of months ago, I was working in my office when I just received a phone call. The tone of that voice was so estranged, like with distortion. For one moment I thought it was a joke or bad connection, but when this guy was talking, I understood that this person was doing to keep in secret his name. This person said,
"Are you the special agent how are investigating the case of missing people in this city?"
A question that I answered, yes, I am that person. There is something I can help you, and he just responded,
"Listen, I do not have much time, my life is in danger, my boss is too powerful and dangerous, I need escape as soon as possible, maybe you can help me and in change I promise to do the same with you, are you agree, officer?"
I was confused and answer, what is going on? Who are you? And why do you need my help? This person mentioned that there are many corruption in the police department and not many cops can be honest. He saw me in the news and sometimes in the streets doing my job like a professional agent. According with this phone call, I decided to follow this guy and get something new in my case. Maybe could be my lucky day. When I was preparing to leave my office, Jack was calling me.
"Hello my dear, I just let you know that I will be late tonight, so do not wait for me."
I just asked him if there is another person, is his life more important than me? He was insisting that he was investigating different cases of missing people by the last months. This city was not the same, and he was scared that something similar could pass to me. At the same time, he did not know that I was investigating other missing person case. I will have a secret meeting with a ghost. Driving my car, I just realized that meeting point is close by Chinatown, and this person could have any connection with this criminal actions, so as I did not have more clues to follow, probably this could be the best one. In the corner of old Chinese restaurant, a person with black hat, sunglasses and large cape was waiting for me. He was smoking and offered one cigarette to me. As I accepted it, he was walking with me to the back. There was not much time, but he just was showing me something weird. There was a map with some points across the lake bay. In this area there are many ships and warehouses. One of those below to the mafia and others to the shadows, a Asian criminal band and his leader well known to be powerful and dangerous as always. His name cannot be mentioned. Why those points are so important for the mafia is clear, to keep the control for smuggling, drugs and punish enemies. What does mean? This person mentioned that some members from Shadows are captured and keeping there as well. Some traitors are there as prisoners. Sometimes the Shadows go there to attack for revenge. Revenge? For what? During the day all mafia members usually expand their operations in Shadow territory, but during the dark of the night the Shadows return the favor with small attacks to their mini-bands and those warehouses. As I told you, this is a dirty war. Do you work for them? I asked him. He was quiet for some time, but later he was talking about a fail mission. They supposes to find one of the mafia leaders, but they murder the wrong person, something that he is not proud, because the victim was an innocent person and did not deserve to die. As a result there were consequences. 5 of my partners were taken by the mafia. My boss is not aware yet, and he thinks that I am already dead. Do you want to help you to hide? That guy stayed quiet and just insists that innocent people are dying, a cause this, and he is not feeling well about this.
If you follow this point, maybe you can find some of the missing persons, but you must to be careful, one of those points are protected by the mafia and the police.
Police? Why are they working with them?
Remember, some cops are not like you, many of them are working for them, never forget that. Maybe this can save your life.
After gave me that map, this person went out hiding his present with the crow outside. According with this map, the red points were attacked by the shadows and the black ones are the next target. If I go and investigate by myself, maybe I can get some answers, but I cannot do it by my own. Of course, it's too dangerous and I will need help. But if this guy is right, the police is not going to help me. Many of them are going to sell me to the mafia. I do not know what to do in this situation. Is too frustrated when your options are so limited. Coming back to my office and checking that map, I was focused in one of those black points. If I do not do something about this, anyone else is going to die there, so I need to make a plan. It was a situation that you need to make it different. At the moment that I was checking those points, another agent came to my office and told me that my boss need all of us in the boardroom. Apparently, something was happening now. I decided to take a bandier with the map, just in case, to talk with him about my last meeting, but when I got there, we saw that one of our undercover agents was already in the hospital. He was attacked by ninjas in the Chinatown. When my boss was giving us more information, I was completely terrified. This agent was investigating one of the local drugs traffic. His last update was following one of the runners until get-ons of the factories. This agent was sure that probably this place was related with the shadows and they were aware that mafia could do something against this place. We were confused. I was feeling bad for that agent. I met him couple years ago and I so close to his wife. The worst thing is that we cannot say any single word about this. One more time, the last words form my informer was repeating in my head. Not all the cops are like you. Now it was clear for me. If I decide to go there alone, I will be finished like that agent or maybe in the cemetery. Without more choices, I had come back home and keep this information with me, in total top secret. With the time, more news from confrontations and the points in my map were happening like a predication, including more names and the missing people. The police was so limited about this, and not many officers were trying to do something in order to stop this. It was clear that mafia was controlling the police department. Every time I just went out to take one cigarette and trying to relax, thinking about my future in the force and also for my husband, but with many years in service, I do not think that he is going to quit or apply to be relocated. Of course, he is so dedicated and be an example for the rest. I also be proud from his job. When I was in the department, I was interrogating one of the possible Shadows members, an Asian guy that was arrested with some drugs in his bag. We were sure that he was trying to send them to strategic place, but according with our officers, he stole them with some cash from the mafia. As well, we found a list of people, some of them were murdered and others were disappeared. For our surprise, some of them were alive. We could not find any relationship with the mafia, but I was sure in different ways they could be working together. Everything was more confused when the National Museum was attacked. Apparently some invaluable objects were taken by the security cameras. We were sure that the shadows were behind of this. The inventory were showing us a list of expensive jewelry. For my knowledge, this expensive stuff could so important for the value in the black market, but some of those objects had a connection with the Chinese culture. Now the federal department is involved in this. A big chopper was landing in front of that museum, and later the same people came and take this department under their jurisdiction. I cannot believe it. Now we are working for them. It was clear that many corrupt officers cannot continuing helping the mafia. It also makes sense that our poor jobs has some consequences after all. The team leader came to the office and introduced himself with my boss. Later he came to my office to say hello. He was so intimidated and serious, but he was satisfied with my file. He also made me a special team member from his team. He also needs answers, but it was clear that it will take a lot of time, while I just provide some information. This person was surprised that I was the person with more information and reports in my department. This guy told me that it was not possible that local police could not do enough about the local crime and bad guys are controlling the city. I just stayed quiet without comments. As soon as I saw that this federal agents are not like many offers in my department, I decided to give them some information from my map. A cause of this, they has called for backups and go there during the night. Of course they could find more that we did in the last years. The only thing that I did not like it was that every was keep it in total secret. Anything was reported to us or the news. This is something that I was not agree, but after all I just have to follow the orders like others. Every federal operation was operated with special SWAT team, now more of them are sent with their own forensic staff. The idea to stay working with them without updates was so frustrated for me. Those agents are keeping everything in strict confidence. I just remember the policy contract that my boss ordered me to sign. That paper said that we are not allowed to ask anything, I just to cooperate. Even Jack said that those guys are going to replace us in the future. We just laughing like kids, but we never expect it will be coming for us. Since I was separated from my husband's department, we never talk about our jobs, in order to avoid problems with the policy. As well, every time that we need to go outside for special mission, we just said each other, I will call you later. That means that something need to be attended by one of us and the other must to wait at home without questions and any argument next day in case the operation extends longer. Oh my God, why no one told me that everything is going to be like this, under the mystery, and we staying blind, walking to our perdition. As the things were keeping controlled by the federals, one day an unexpected phone call disturbed the silent. A scared girl was reported that her best friend never came back to study and she has been missing for more than 1 week. As usually, I had to report the situation to my boss. I was waiting for approval from the federals to start the investigation process. However, for this time my boss just gave me a surprise when he commanded me to go there by me own but keep those names under secret. Until I give you the order, he never mentioned the federals. I just following his orders. The idea to get information from this person, it make me feel pain in my stomach. At the moment to talk with the girl who made the phone call, she was so worried about her best friend. She was a smart and beautiful student. She also was the favorite students from many teachers in campus, and well known in the cafe store. She was working there part-times after classes. It was clear that she was an example to follow. I was decided to find her and save her as soon as possible. But we did not have much information from her last days. Even with our resources, it will take time to find any information, and by my previous experience, with more time of missing, less probability the victim stay alive. When I was tracking her phone calls, I found some text message. Apparently someone was giving her some instruction to get a specific place in the city. When I was processing this information in the system, there was an interruption by the federals. One of them was mad, completely upset. He just has taken my USB memory device and blocked my computer. I just said that I was following my orders from my supervisor officer. Later his superior came to my office and told me that I will be suspended until new announcement. It was just happened last night. That poor girl is still missing and my husband called me to inform me that he is going for special mission with the SWAT team. Jack is responsible person because he always taking so serious his job, and me with my empty hands alone at home with my cigarettes, my wine and nothing else to do until get a new phone call.